Hello and welcome. I'm going to pause here for a moment and make sure we're going. Well, it says I'm live. I've got to mute my off air when it comes up. It's not coming up right. So we'll deal with that later. So yeah, welcome. It is April of 23. And I'm not streaming Icarus. It says I'm streaming Icarus. It's April of 23. I had to turn the audio down on my off-air laptop because of the delay. You know about that stuff. And it's April, and I wanted to do an update for my friends. Because I've been playing. Let's see if I select this. Stationeers is what we're doing tonight. And this is my Europa report of what I've been doing. I wanted to thank Zero. I hope he gets to see this because he helped with a lot of my introducing me to the game. What I so much liked about this game, and why don't we go ahead and go over. Actually, let's make sure my VU meters, are going up and down. Everything looks good. This is my base. We're in the top floor here, and I'll turn on my HUD so I can see. And yeah, the reason I'm streaming this game is because I like it so much. There's so much detail I found I had no idea. And I wanted to share with you guys, what I've learned is a lot of times when you play games like this, you need more advanced players to show you how to play, like I learned it in EVE Online. Like when you start and you're in the blue bubble, you have no idea what's going on in nullsec. But when you have a more experienced players bring you out to nullsec and show you, it's like, oh, fuck yeah, it's like totally awesome out there. So that's why I wanted to show you what I've been doing. This is one of my best works I've done. Like I built like 10 bases this month. And it's hard to get away from this 3x3 thing. There's so many. I want to talk to you guys about how to get motivated to do more. I'm pretty much done here. I look at everything and I'm like, why would I want to do anything else? I could invite traders and do trade, but why? I've got everything I want, and I could build a rocket and go get more resources, but why? Because I've got everything I need and want here. So to show you that, I'll go ahead and get around. There's my grow light and my little plants while we're up here. I wanted to kind of go down in the dark and show you this stuff. Actually, let's go ahead and reverse it up, and I'll do this in the daylight and kind of show you the base. So out there you kind of see there's sections. That's like a manufacturing area, and the furnaces are over here, and storage, and then not much else. I kind of leveled. There's the views. I like this upper floor for the views, and this is kind of a comfortable area. I might put some furniture up here or something to relax. And if you want to see my atmosphere is about 80 kilopascals. For the plants, I wanted, it's around 100 for me, but the plants don't want over 100, so under 100 for the plants, but higher because there's more oxygen for me. Actually, I can open my hood and breathe here for y'all. I've got nitrogen up to 38%. I didn't find any nitrogen ice out there. Maybe a bug or something, but I looked everywhere and there was no nice, so I got my nitrogen from the oxide. I'll show you when we get down there. So I'm breathing this. And the plants are loving it up here. Did you see the plants? While we're up here, I guess I'm doing this, we've got those are pumpkins, and these are tomatoes. And I haven't even touched these, because the potatoes are back here, and I'm pretty much living off them, and I guess I should show you that I'm eating potatoes. So I'm pretty full there. I've got 2 raw ones there, and I'll go ahead and show, like, the new bros. If you didn't know, you can, like, get seeds when the plant harvest is. I'm going to pick 2 potatoes and I'm going to add them. Now if I put them over here, see there's 2 different timers. Like these have 6 hours left and these have 7, so I keep them separate. If you stack them, like it goes to the lowest number, it kind of sucks. And then I've got 10 potato seeds downstairs, so I just use the seeds to replant and off it goes. And these grow as fast as I can eat them, so I'm basically living off these 2 plants, and these are just decorative at this point. I mean, I could make soup if I wanted to, but again, why where am I going? I'm gonna end this base and start another one somewhere soon. So this is as far as I get. So if anybody has any ideas about what to do next, that would be fun. Then down here, this level is for the workshop. Like all that gear out there could come in here. I save spaces, like 2 could stack here and 2 could stack here. I'll try not to move too fast in case I'll look it off air and see, oh my God, it looks really weird over there. But I'll try not to move too fast because we don't want delay. compression artifacts is what I wanted to say. So this room is the workshop. My heater and my cooler, again, did you see the temperatures right at like 25 degrees Celsius for the plants? I'm very comfortable here. It's minus 150 outside. So it took a while to get it warmed up. I guess I can tell you guys, I used the flare trick, threw flares, got it up, and then the little heater is able to get it there. And then the mushrooms are keeping it warm now. I guess I should go down here and talk about all that. Well, no, let's go outside during the day because the sun's going down. So this is an advanced airlock. Again, I'll try not to move too fast. Hit that. That is the outside duct, and this is the inside duct. And I should close my visor, right?
Pressure critical.
Zero gave me the chip in the advanced suit to do that for me automatically, but I'm just running around in the light suit because I like it. These suits are clunky, right? And I'm always stumbling over my feet, and why would I want the bigger suit? And it uses more propellant, and I don't want 4 CO2 filters and stuff. So anyway, there's the airlock. I'm going to try to go slow and not forget things. So console, right, sensor. Then you come out here, and it's sunset, so we might as well start with the solar panels. All running on a dual axis alignment. Ooh, that's a pretty shot right there, right? I can get rid of the, ooh, that's not right. That's not right either. That's what I wanted. How's that? Isn't that pretty? I mean, that's why I'm here. So I've picked, out of all the planets, right? I've done the moon, I've done Mars, I've done Callisto and dark planets and Saturn. And of all, I like Europa. Here I am on Jupiter, on a moon of Jupiter, with an atmosphere. Right? Did you see let's pull up the thing. It's 150 degrees out, minus 150 degrees out, with a 43 kilopascal atmosphere. Now that's kind of cool, important, because I've got the turbines out, the wind turbines that we get wind, but not right now, right? Maybe a blizzard will hit, right? When we're on, that would be great. We get blizzards here, and those wind turbines will generate like 1 kilowatt each. There you can see the panels turning. Now, again, there's so much to talk about for you guys don't know, like the new bros. Where is that chip? Right there. There's a chip in a housing that's running a program, right, that's controlling those solar panels. And it's powered, like this power supply is coming from here. Okay, so it's getting dark, so we can go inside now, so I'll come back out when the daylights come. But just know that this is my power grid all over here. And I could run just off this generator. This thing, I've got to get these numbers right for you guys. It's 20 kilowatts. Like the panels will do 1.5 kilowatts in bright sunlight. Now they're getting like 0. I guess I could show you all this stuff. Like I've got this handy little, I've got the advanced tablet. So I'll hit R and switch to the network analyzer. And if you look at what's coming in off those turbines right now, it's like I'm getting 300 watts right now. That's not bad. So those got little guys flipping out there. They're just like doing 150 each. But that's what's neat about that 40K atmosphere is that it's actually the turbines make power and then it slows down. There's actually wind blowing all the time. It's kind of cool. But I don't think the solar panels are doing anything now. But so those do like 1K and I'm getting 2K there. This does 20K. That does 10 times as much. So I could run this whole thing on just the generator charging these batteries. And I keep thinking I could add more batteries, right? But why? If I ever need power, I'll hit the button like for guys that have never seen it. And boom, they're already charged. So that's that. We'll save the rest of this for later. I guess I'll go around the back here. I like a 2-block path outside. This is room for me to play. I did level the ground. Like I do a lot of base building games, so I like to build on level ground. This is the AC pipe coming out, and it gets hot. So again, I'm going to call this up. I'm going to switch my things, and that pipe is minus 100 degrees. But that's where it's taking the heat out of the building and pumping it in this pipe, which is convecting 10 joules. That's a lot, right? This pipe actually, in this minus 150 degree temperature, does a pretty good job. There's no radiators on it or anything. So, and that's the first time I've ever used this. So I did the atmospheric air conditioner, and that thing can use like 6.5K kilowatts when it gets screwed up. Like if this pipe freezes and stuff, and that'll kill your batteries and base real fast. So I like this so much better, because the heating and cooling to me is like a delicate operation in there. All right, enough of that around here. We'll save all this. Guys don't know how an advanced airlock is. It's pumping the air outside first, so now it's a vacuum, and now it's letting the inside atmosphere back in, which is the nitrogen. I'm trying it, like the atmosphere outside in Europa is 100% pure oxygen. So you want to have a fire, add flammables, volatiles, and it'll burn. So you got to be careful. So I'm trying to reduce the oxygen in here. And I'm trying to do it with nitrogen, but I told you I couldn't find any nitrogen ice, so I did it with oxide. Okay, in here, pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to go ahead and go down to the basement since it's dark. And where do we even start down here? I guess I'll start with the cabinet. Just, that's just stuff. Because down here I have, like, this grate lets light through. So I guess we'll start with the mushrooms. Need darkness back here, and so I put ceiling in, and that's why the parts are back here, that if I need to build things, this is actually blocking the sunlight too, and these guys are in darkness. It'll say right here on darkness, and these are taking oxygen and making CO2, and there's as many. I put a whole row of 11 in there. Now we can get into the it's like 8. They absorb so much, so many moles of oxygen and release so much CO2. And the plants upstairs, you saw the pumpkins, right? And the things do the exact opposite, is they take the CO2 and they make the oxygen. So there were 6 up there and there's 11 down here. So I'm producing more CO2 than oxygen. So that's what I'm doing, is I'm taking, of the 3 gases I'm mixing for my atmosphere, I'm using oxygen, nitrogen's over here, and CO2's over there. I got the oxygen from oxide. I got the nitrogen from oxide, a lot of it, like a lot of it. And the CO2's coming from the mushrooms. And heat. They're warming the base. And this is how you get water. These have I'm running about 500K, which is plenty of water. It's not even a megapascal. They don't use that much. And the water canister here is how you get water in and out. And this is where I've got my ice crusher that gets water. If you want to see me drink, I think we can open this up again and grab a bottle of water, have a drink. Okay, we ate the food upstairs. I think that worked. So that's those guys, and this is where you would fill the water tank. And this ice crusher has 24 megapascals in there. That's a lot. I think it'll blow up at like 60, or at least the pipes will. They're at 24 megapascals too. So that tank will blow up at 10. So I had to put a pressure regulator on here to get it down to like 7.5 to fill the water tanks. So you don't blow them up. But so that's just the whole water system right there. And that's what I like. This is everything's compact. The detail and the wiring and the way everything's running is some of my best work. That's why I'm streaming it. So this whole logic circuit here is for the AC, the wall cooler upstairs. I am sensing the temperature and reading it, and it's currently 297.3 Kelvin. And then in memory, I put where I want it to be, 298. So here's my 2 values. This is a comparing unit, and compare 1, the logic reader, to memory, and if it's greater, then it turns on the AC. And when it drops below, it turns it off. So this whole circuit can talk through these cables to the wall cooler upstairs. So that's that. And if you saw the other unit, this is the logic circuit for the grow light upstairs. And I've got a sensor on the roof, so when the daylight comes on, it turns the light on. And when the sun goes down, it turns the light off. I've learned to enhance, like Europa, we're getting like 40% of the sun. You may not even that. Let's see, I've got 7 panels and I'm getting 1,400. So I'm only getting 200 watts per panel. I'm getting 20. That is 40%, right? A panel normally does like 500 watts. So yeah, so you get like 40%. So I'm enhancing the grow cycle upstairs with the plant. That's why they're doing so well. Now this is my best creation. I guess I'll talk you through it all, because that's kind of, here's where you start with the ice, right? And that's liquid comes out the bottom, and that's gases coming out the top. So all the gases were pumped into this pipe, and we'll call it a waste pipe down here on the floor, and it feeds all of the ladder grabs me every now and then. It feeds all the equipment. So if you want anything into the system, I put it in the waste pipe down here. I used to use tanks down here, like portable tanks and oxygen tanks. But as I started working with these pipes more, like let's take this one right here, and at 14 megapascals, if you look at the oxygen, it has 1.8 kilomoles. That's why I learned that under pressure, these pipes hold a lot of gas. So I learned to make, these are little tanks. Can you get a better shot of that back here? Like that thing on the wall is a storage tank. And that's why it's using every cross section, every joint, to have as much storage space in there as possible. And what's stored in that one is CO2. There's 840K So it's not even a megapascal of CO2 in that storage. So then once the storage comes out, it goes into here and I do the mixing. This is a gas mixing. So here's where you take CO2 and mix it with the oxygen. And I do that manually. I just turn it on. And so in this pipe, I get a oxygen CO2 mix. But I had it turned down real low because there was no oxygen. So it was 100% oxygen. I just started adding the CO2 back in here, like 10 to 90%. That's where I can do the mixing. And if you look, I got a pretty high price, 14 megapascals here. Like oxygen, 1.8 kilomole. That's a lot. You can put a lot in here. I have a lot back here. There's 16 megapascals. That's probably, it isn't, it would have been too much earlier. So I have over here these Mark II storage tank for my oxygen, and I'm using oxygen for propellant because nitrogen's so hard to come by. I didn't want to just blow it out. So I pumped this stuff up to 20 megapascals to fill these tanks, these new tanks. So I'll just do it if you haven't done it before. I can take my oxygen. So that's at 16 megapascals. This is at 12. Put it in here. Boom.
Air tank critical.
And I now have my air tank full. And if I want propellant, it's at like 18. I could do the same thing. And then this tank over here on the wall is the nitrogen. I can show you. So I have 2.4 megapascals of nitrogen, so not as much. So I take the mixture here of the oxygen and the CO2, and this is where I mix it with the nitrogen, and here's my air mix that I'm pumping into the base. So there's 15 megapascals, and right now it's like a 50-50 mixture of nitrogen and oxygen. And what's actually in the base is I'm up to 40%. So I'm slowly raising the nitrogen, reducing the oxygen, even though I can have my thing breathe. And the CO2's at 5%. I wish it was more. So these guys could have been doing, should be doing better, but I guess I'm capturing all the CO2 and storing it here. So I think that's it. These are atmospheric filters, so that's the CO2, that's the oxygen. That's how you make it, is you change the cartridges out. And if anybody was live, I don't see any chat. My off-air is all messed up, so I couldn't see chat if I wanted to right now. But yeah, I can't think of any question. Oh, so once this is stored at 15 megapascals, it's going through a pressure regulator back here, set at 95. And that's a pressure regulator. Then there's a back pressure regulator here at 85. So 85, 95, and it ends up with it being like a perfect 90K in here. And so this is constantly, slowly leaking my mixture out, and this is slowly sucking it back up into the waste pipe, where it'll go and get recycled into the tanks all over again. So there you go. I think call that life support. And I guess what I'm showing off, and look at the detail and the compactness, and could I do anything better? And that's what I'll look for in the comments. Is there, can I change any? This could have maybe gone over 1 unit. I still got to get a waste pipe. Like if I brought nice down here and I ended up with nitrous oxide, NOS in my waste pipe, I don't want it down here, so I want to pump it outside. So that's the one thing I might add. Cabling, I think that's it. So it looks like the sun's back up outside. All right, so I'll just kind of look around from the windows. This is what I like, is having a nice open panorama. So that's why I left the walls open. I like a glass airlock. Anything else in here, right? Heating, cooling, batteries. You see I'm using nuclear batteries. And then like to these batteries here, I added a nuclear battery to run the base. So even if these are like what, 3.6 megawatts? And that's 7.2, and these are 2.3 megawatts themselves. So even if these two batteries went over, I've got a fuck ton of power, can I say, in that nuclear battery. And there's 3 of them. I've got one on me here, I think. I'll go ahead and show you how to swap it out. And that's a fresh battery, and that's charging. It'll take a lot, but the sun's out right now. And then I'm going to put a new battery in my tablet. I'm going to try. There we go. Okay. So I think that's it for this room. And then I'll just finish up outside. Did I already talk about the furnace?
Oxygen low.
Close the visor.
Low pressure. Oxygen critical. Pressure critical.
I don't think I did talk about the furnace,
Temperature
so forgive me if I repeat myself. It's the dangers of going live. I'll have to take notes. So we're pumping the oxygen back in, and now I'm in, I'll show you, 100% oxygen at 45K. All right. So for manufacturing, these have all been upgraded. They all have stackers, except the tool. So basically, all I'm going to talk about that is I can get anything I want. And again, my question for you viewers and my friends is why? What else do I need? get a good look at the panels and the turbines. We did the power section. I guess I'll go over here and open up storage. I don't know if you've seen in here yet. Ta-da! That's just the stuff I'm using most recently. Oh, and I told you I could just run off the solid coal generator, right? Oops. Like in these mining backpacks, there's my coal. And then there's another one. Like that's how much coal. I've got enough fuel for the foreseeable future for this base. So the solar's just, it's elegant, isn't it? It's red. The things match. Do you want to fly? Should we do a fly around the base? See, I've got a jetpack. I've got the upgraded jetpack. I guess I can get rid of the HUD. So yeah, it's just the lines. I guess I could turn up my distance you can view so the cables don't appear and disappear. Guess I'll go around once for the building. But I like it. That's what I'm just trying to show you is I like it. How can I improve it? How can I make it better? I don't need more space, right? I've got everything I need. I could bring them inside. I could bring in the manufacturing inside. I told you I made space for it for the other planets. Like if I go to Vulcan and I go to let's say Venus, I've got room inside to move them in. But here I like to build outside. All right, that's my thing. Is I feel a little cramped and claustrophobic, so I like to get outside and I like to play out here in the minus 150 degree weather. And it seems fine, right? My spacesuit's working. I'll turn the HUD back on. My batteries are good. Everything's working just fine. So I told you about that. We did one cabinet. Here's my ores. Ta-da! Ooh, they just interface. So gold, silver, iron, copper. I mean, these are piles, 500 grams of silicone, right? Because I was playing with the furnace. I went out, I got a bunch of silicone and for glass, right, for windows, and I had it, and I just did it. And then this is the junk cabinet, I think, just seeds. And again, I'm probably jerking my camera around. I gotta remember I'm a cameraman, so go smooth. I try to think about you guys. All right, and then over here, this is the arc furnace. If you guys, do you know what an arc furnace is? Do I have any ore? I don't think I have any ore anywhere. I mean, I could. I put cobalt in the arc furnace. I could do it and show you. It didn't go well. It arced. But yeah, most everything
Filter
I
low.
smelted. Filter low. Ah, you guys. Fine. I'll show you how to make a CO2 filter. If you're up here in my suit, I have 3, and one of them's gone bad, and she's just going to bug us until we fix it. So if I need a new one, I would do it on, this is the pipe bender. It's got to go through the stacker. I've learned I just hit F for filters. Here's the carbon dioxide filter. I've got this thing stacked with 180 iron, you know? So I've found lots of resources. Okay, I only need one. Spit it out, grab it, put it in the one that's empty. I keep them in order, and that's it. All right, my filter's done. Ta-da. And I turn them off to save power. And then I have a hole. We get storms here, right? The winds blow. I'm hoping one comes up for you guys. So I throw all my junk. There's my junk pile. You guys want to see all my junk? Guess I'll get a close-up for you. I think I can stand right about here. I ruined a spacesuit, my old tanks, and here's all the CO2 filters, right? So to get rid of them, you just toss it out in the pile. And then batteries, those are the small batteries, right? And anything out here is, when the storms come up, it takes storm damage. So eventually those would, like, maybe dissolve and blow away. So it's my trash pile. Right, and I like the games I can fly, and I'm probably jerking it around too much again. But right, give me a jetpack. I love me a jetpack. Whee. And we don't have the gravity we have on ours. So there's that. Told you about the arc furnace. And then here, okay, my furnace, right? Every Stationeer has a furnace to play with and does it their way. So here's mine. This is how I set it up. And I guess I can do a shout out for like Mick. Cows Are Evil. I watched a lot of his videos. And I finally got my furnace set up on the thing, seeing his videos. I think this is how he did. So stuff goes in here, ores, and ingots come out. And I guess I could light it for you. So what I do, I learned from Mick that you want to go in the output of all things. Like the input's over here, it has a valve. It makes sense to use the output. And I try to keep this pipe as small as possible because the combustion that's going on inside is going to be in this pipe as well. This is a vent to vent it. Right now, I think it's atmospheric pressure, same as the world. So I've left it open, hoping it would clean out, but it's been open for like days and it never cleaned out. So it's closed, and the combustion in this pipe is going to be the same as in the chamber there. They're connect. There's nothing between them, which is why I use this. And then here is a volume pump that's going to pump in fuel. Here's my fuel. So just like inside where I had a tank on the wall, I built, this is a tank under the thing. It's 9.3 megapascals of, look at the oxygen, 1.47 kilopascals, and the volatiles, 2.9. It's a 2-to-1 ratio. Now there's nitrogen in there because it came with the oxide, because I just used the ice crusher to crush it up here to put the fuel in. So it's pre-mixed fuel. This is a volume pump to, if you don't have it, the fuel stays in, and they're unequal ratios. So I added the volume pump. It sucks all of the gases out of it so I can see accurately what my fuel ratio is. And there you go. So this is my furnace. There are many like it, but this one is mine. And I guess I'm going to light it for you. Now, the last time I did this, I turned it on. The idea is you hit the button. It's set to like 1. I thought I had it at 1 before. And you hit this, and I want like 100 kilopascals in here. So it's 44 right now. And as soon as I touched that button, I had a megapascal in just way too fast. I didn't like it. I may throw this all away if it doesn't work right now. Because I can just add the ice here. Well, I learned here on Europa, it's so cold, you can handle the ice day and night. At least I think so. That's what I've been doing. So I don't even need this. And if it's not going to work right, why use it? So we'll try it right now. Is I'm going to turn it on and pump it up to 100K, and then we'll light it. And because there's atmosphere, you'll hear it. If I could open my, God, I could open it. I think it's the cold. I could breathe the oxygen. So here we go. Let's just turn it on. All right, and I'll look. Okay, 77, 8, and stop it. Boom. There we go, 100K. That'd be plenty, right? Because, yeah, when I had 1 megapascal in there, ooh, I lit it, and it went to over 1,000 degrees and up to 30 megapascals. Almost started doing the 40 megapascal clanking thing, and, yeah, just way too much. So it's off. So here we go. Light it. And there she goes. I'll pull this out so you can see. 900 degrees, 1,000 degrees, 1 meg. That's good. That's really good right there, right? That is really nice. I like that. That's perfect. All right, watch the oxygen is at 41 and the volatile. Oh, we're running out of volatile. How did we end up with so much oxygen when I had the right 2-to-1 ratio? Let's go around the back and look what's going on with this T right here. Volatiles, 2 moles of oxygen left here. So it's almost gone, right? The oxygen in the volatiles, that's the combustion, has taken place. Oh, and it's making CO2. That's why there's 90 moles of CO2. And nitrogen, it's just passing through. So we're still at 900, so we could be making steel right now. I could do all that for you guys if you want, but I'm getting ready to wrap things up here with Stationeers. I've reached kind of a peak of the game. That's why if you guys have any comments about what I can do next and why, maybe to make some more videos. But yeah, I could get rockets to get more resources. I don't know why I do that. See the temperature dropping? It's why it's so cold. Yeah, you can see we're losing 15 kilojoules. That's a lot, right? That's what I can share as I kind of wrap things up here is, you guys, it's all the details. I had no idea every piece of gear. Now this is just one thing, one card in this tablet. I'll show you some more stuff. I'm trying to think any questions you guys might have about this furnace. Let's turn it on and try to pump it up a little more. So turn it on to add fuel to the mixture and see what happens. Temperature's going up, pressure's going up, temperature's going up. When I get to 1,000 degrees, I think I'll turn it off. So see how I can control the furnace now better? And I could get into why if you use the input, you get gases stuck in pipes and it just doesn't work well. So this just is so much more elegant. What's in the furnace is exactly what's in this pipe here. We're still consuming the oxygen a little bit. Do you hear it roar? Let's go up here and hear the sounds. And it's white. And you can tell here 6 megapascals. That's pretty good, right? And 1.5K, really? Right? 6 megapascals. That's great. That's fantastic. For me, for a new guy, for a new beginner, right? So I think I like this. So I think I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. That's my furnace. All right. One last look at it. Anything else I haven't shown you? All right. Well, it's a black out here. I'll show you the shot of Jupiter. It's not much to look at. Maybe we'll come over here and look at the base. There you go. And I'll get rid of that. We'll tab over to, what is this called? OBS? And say, thanks for watching, guys. I'll keep doing updates for my friends and letting them know what I'm up to. And I'll see you in my next update.